Actineo offers solutions to control and manage injury claims much better than before. They collect and analyze relevant medical data for liability insurance and accident insurance companies. Their solution results in more transparency in the case lifecycle and significantly reduces claims costs. Next on stage, Actineo.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Olaf Skowronek. This is my colleague Lars Klusmeyer, and together we are managing directors at Actineo, a German company specialized in bodily injury claims, on the handling of bodily injury claims. We serve the insurance industry, especially in the service lines, third-party liability and private accident insurances. Today, we are getting our hands on more than 150,000 claims per year, bodily injury claims, certainly. What we see in the market in Germany, especially, is that bodily injury claims are still heavily undermanaged and under-controlled. Even though they have a huge impact on the overall performance, and for instance, in the motor liability insurance, bodily injury claims are responsible for up to 40% of the settlement costs. We figured out that a lack of transparency, a lack of standardization and normalization of the claims is responsible for today's situation. You do not find, in the German market at least, any system that gives you a clue when a claim is escalating on a medical basis. You do not see any cost controlling system for medical claims, and you do not see any medical controlling system. And at least, not even in smaller claims, you find any automation of the claim settlement process.
So what we need is transparency. Transparency derived from digital medical data that has been structured and normalized, and that allows insurance companies to take the right actions, as well as having a powerful controlling. And this is exactly when Actineo gets into the game. Whenever we get assigned, we start to collect and digitalize and structure medical information, the relevant medical information, of course, and we combine it with claim settlement data and reserving data from the insurance companies. And of course, once having a lot of data, use this data to come up with prediction models or to come up with new ways of an automated settlement of smaller bodily injury claims, via smartphone, for instance. So in order to take a first step to solve the problems that Olaf mentioned, we have developed the Actineo Cockpit. It's a digital manager of bodily injury claims, so a powerful tool for a claims handler for an active claims management and ongoing controlling of bodily injury claims. So it's web-based, it can be accessed via different roles and authorizations, and it consists of different modules. First of all, the case manager, which is then surrounded by a medical wiki, a reservation calculator, and many, many dashboards for the management. So due to the limited time that we do have on stage here today, we will focus on the case manager, and I suggest let us start to dive into the application.
Very good. Thanks, Lars. As a claims handler in bodily injury, you need to know a quick and fast overview over the medical situation of the case. You need to know something around the medical incidents. You need to know the severity of the case, and actually you also need to know what are the future risks. That's one of the most important things the Actineo Cockpit provides. The system is based on 3 pillars. The first one is transparency, covering the whole life cycle of the case. The second one is cost and medical controlling. And the third one is case management, doing the right thing at the right times, providing intervention points for the claims handler. Whenever we get assigned to a case, we do extract the data, or we do extract from the medical data we receive. We collect the data in the market. We collect from doctors and hospitals, and we do extract data and enter it into a database on a normalized basis. And we normalize and standardize using the ICD-10 code, which is the International Classification of Diseases, a WHO standard.
So if we look at the case manager in more detail, then next to some relevant information regarding the claimants like age, gender, profession, etc., you do find all relevant medical info that you do need. So for instance, what are the current injuries of the claimant? What is the leading injury which mainly determines then the length of the heal process? Or what are pre-existing diseases that might be helpful for evaluation of the case? So you get a medical status quo in here. Just, I forgot to show you some things. So it's in here, a lot of information. So next to the medical status, you do see a chronological history of all things that happened in the medical, let's say, the medical part of the claim settlement process in there, starting from the day when the claim occurred via visits of doctors and hospitals up to interventions. And all relevant medical documents that you do have are stored in here and linked to this case, or in particular linked to a certain event. And intervention here is the key word, by the way, because one of the most important factors in handling bodily injury claims is to have, or is the right or correct timing of the right medical intervention. So this is really most important because this moves the needle in terms of claims settlement costs. So within here, within the system, you have an automated intervention system based on rules, based on algorithms, and based on prediction models. And you see at the top of the application a row of scores and indicators exactly doing so. So giving you an example, this one here, for instance, is a work disability score, which compares the expected work disability period for this particular claim based on historical data with the work disability period that has been documented so far. And allows then the claim handler again to take the right action in the right moment. Or another one next to here is those two are here, it's a care and rehab and care score. Just gives you an indicator, likelihood, how likely it is that a particular injury will develop into a long-term care case, for instance. And again, you can act. So how can we do this? Olaf mentioned already, over the last 9 years, we processed several hundred thousands of bodily injury claims. And so, as a result, we do have the largest database on bodily injury claims in Germany. Let me just have a look at the time, okay?
Just 1 minute.
1 minute. What we also do is we combine the case data with cost position, settlement data, reserve data. So as a claim handler, you always have an overview how much money you have spent on different cost positions right now and whether you have to adjust the reserve. And finally here there's a dashboard tab. We leave this out, just remaining time, but you can have an overview on the overall costs, or if you're interested in deep diving, you can ask yourself, how much money did I spend for a particular injury last year, for instance?
Yeah. To draw a line under it, actually, the Actineo cockpit serves the claim handler and the management to provide more transparency. It is a good tool for controlling, medical controlling and cost controlling, and it gives the right intervention points to anyone handling medical claims. Thank you.